I'm not even on Facebook yet. Hold on. Oh, are we live? Are we not live?
We could be waiting for a long time if we wait for you to get on Facebook.
I see us. I see us right here.
Okay, cool. So you see us. That means we must be actually live.
Yeah. Either that or I'm in a dream sequence that I've actually figured this out quickly. Hey, Brother Joel, what is going on?
Yeah. Hey, Brother Keith. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, happy Memorial Day weekend. And if you notice, I'm wearing purple. Purple is my nod to all the frontliners. We've had, this is it's going to be a whole weird summer. We just got word that the down where Linda lives, their Charles Dickens walk has been canceled for December. It's been canceled. So
really, for December,
yeah.
huh?
So this is my homage to all the people, nurses, doctors, frontliners, and all the people that have died in our wars and everything for this this weekend. So
it's very thoughtful, Keith.
Yes, yeah. Well, I put something into the show, and this is about all I could do. Are we going to do a morning? Morning, Sophia. Are we going to do our morning our intro thing?
Our introduction?
Yes.
I would like to try it since I just
right, well, I'm a little rusty because we had a very nice guest on last week. Very, very intelligent, and
we're not used to that around here.
What's that?
We're not used to that around here.
No, we're not used to that, and I was a little bit, I didn't know what to say. So today I'm going to do a lot of blabbing. All right, so get your coffee, sit back, relax, and we'll be right back.
All right, and here we go.
From the Somerset Studios in Westchester, Pennsylvania, it's Smack and Jack Live with your co-hosts Keith and Joel Slenderman.
Yeah, could you hear that, Keith?
Jack up your income, smack that in the face. Check it up, check it up, check it up, check it up.
So the reboot of this intro, I'm going to be singing too. Look forward to that post-pandemic.
Yes, I look forward to that myself. Hey, Bert Brex, good to see you on. I think you're on.
Yeah, again, Bert Brex. You got to have some friends. Get your friends to come over and watch the show.
There you go.
How's
Happy
the
Memorial Day weekend.
fam?
Thanks, man.
How's Luke doing? Give him a hug for me.
Hey,
Who else
Brad.
we got on? Jim?
Jim, good to see you, Jim.
Yeah. And all right, what is
We
going
got the
on?
intro going. I'm glad you
Hey,
did
I just got to vent a little bit.
MGS, hey, how are you?
Are you listening to me or what?
We got Joey on today. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Joe Pearson, hey, what's on, Joey? I'm watching the news right before we come on, and we've been in this whole country's been in this pandemic for the last 3 months, and now people are starting to get upset that they can't go out and go back to. There's a barbershop right in your media that's been
pass it every day.
And I got to give kudos to these people, her and the people in New Jersey with the fitness club. They could not afford to pay for the advertising publicity that they're getting just by being in my mind, and I'm a punk from way back, but this is serious stuff. So I'm not 100% on, but they could not pay for the amount of exposure that they're getting. Anyway, and I heard somebody saying today, our president and vice president don't wear masks. Why can't we go out in public? That is the disconnect, ladies and gentlemen, between our political elite, I can't think of the name. It's a Russian name, and the rest of the country. I can do whatever I want because I'm in charge and I can write the rules. I can rewrite history and all that kind of stuff. But everybody else is got to wait in line and see what happens. So I got some more stuff that's rolling around in here. I'll get to that the rest of the show. So Joel, what's going on today? On a happier note,
roll, man. What has
And barbecues, swimming pools, parades, nothing, right?
are you going through our possibilities for today?
No, I don't know. I'm just asking you a question. It doesn't seem like any of this is going to happen. Great backdrop, by the way, Joel.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was a little backdrop I pulled in from years past. All right, Keith. So before we get into what we might be doing and how we might be celebrating for this particular Memorial Day weekend, whoops, you know what I forgot to do? If you could indulge me for just a second here, Keith, I am going to share on a couple platforms here, which I forgot to do.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to bring up another, the anti-malaria drug that we're taking every day. What's that called, Joel? Chlorina, something or other.
Yeah, why can't I remember that?
May actually be doing some serious damage to organs of the body. So once again, our Fuhrer that's been taking that every day religiously because he thinks he used to belong to this cult back in the 70s. I can't remember what it was called, but they hung out down in Jonestown, Guyana, and
Well,
it was the burgeoning. It was the beginning of homebrew. And this guy started making his own little cocktail. I don't know if it was a beer or a wine kind of thing, but he had the recipe wrong, wiped out everybody except for DT. Do you have the little, you got a laugh thing there, Joel? Anyway, yeah, he's the surviving member of the cults. Joel,
Right.
bring us out of this just, what's going on today?
I don't know if I should stop you.
I got to take a breather now and then.
Okay. All right. So let's take a look at Memorial Day and where it came from and how it became the fourth Monday of May.
Okay.
So give me just a second here. I want to share what I have. And we'll do sound. All right. Ready for this, Keith?
Yes.
I don't know if you can see my screen share yet.
Yeah, something just popped up now. So yeah, there you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Can you hear anything?
Yeah, I can hear. Music could be a little louder unless. There you go.
How's that?
Yes,
That's good? Okay.
a little loud now. If you're gonna talk over it, talk you to.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a look
Yeah,
at
still a little loud with the trumpet. Who's doing the trumpet?
it's all canned.
I thought it was Sophia.
Not even sure it's a trumpet. It's probably a keyboard of some sort.
Yeah. Sounds like Vangelis. It's still a little loud there, brother.
How's that?
All righty, good.
Good? All right.
Yeah, perfect.
So I'm working with Google Slides and putting some sound on there. Audio. Multiple cities claim to be the birthplace of Memorial Day, according to the Library of Congress. President Lyndon Johnson declared Waterloo, New York, to be the birthplace of Memorial Day, referencing a celebration the town had in 1866. However, other places are known to have celebrated the holiday earlier, and exactly where the first celebration took place remains a dispute. So, little conflicting reports as to who had the first Memorial Day celebration as we know it now.
All right.
It was originally called Decoration Day. The holiday was celebrated by decorating the graves of fallen soldiers with flowers, flags, and more, hence the name Decoration Day.
Okay.
Over time, it became known as Memorial Day.
All right.
Let's get back to, I want to see us in the picture. Yay, we're still here, folks. All right. We'll get back here. Okay, third point. Union General John A. Logan founded the holiday. Although people were already decorating graves of fallen Civil War soldiers in an unofficial way, General Logan codified the holiday. The 30th of May, 1868, is designated for the purpose of strewing with flowers or otherwise decorating the graves of comrades who died in defense of their country during the late rebellion, and whose bodies now lie in almost every city, village, and hamlet churchyard in the land, he famously said. So that was the 30th of May. That's the original date. It was May 30th, no matter when May 30th landed. Memorial Day wasn't celebrated on the last Monday in May until relatively recently, when General Logan officially launched the holiday. He called it to be observed on May 30th, as we just said. After Uniform Monday Holiday Act took effect in 1971, however, it was moved to the final Monday in May. So apparently in 71, I believe it was Nixon who signed this Uniform Holiday Act, which put Memorial Day on Monday, put Labor Day on Monday, to create more 3-day weekends. And one of the issues with that, of course, is that now Memorial Day is not really celebrated for what it was intended to be celebrated for. It's more of a 3-day weekend.
Right, party kind of thing. Yes,
exactly.
Well, and it's the unofficial start of summer now. So
right. Logan may have chosen May 30th for an interesting reason, but we're not really sure. The date was selected because it wasn't the anniversary of any battle in particular, according to legend. So we're not exactly sure, but there's no real battle referenced on May 30th. It's customary for the U.S. president or vice president to give a speech, and traditionally that speech is delivered at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. Ahead of Memorial Day weekend, the 3rd U.S. Infantry also placed American flags in front of Arlington's over 260,000 graves and niches. And last one, originally only soldiers who died in the Civil War were honored. After World War I, though, the holiday began to encompass members of the American Armed Forces who had fallen in any conflict. Okay. And then one more slide here, Keith. Just a couple stats. I know we've talked about this in the past, but this is this is not completely up to date. This is the best graph I could find, but it ends in around 2017 of the number of deaths per war, per conflict, and so forth. And in just doing a little bit of research on these particular dates, there's conflict or disagreement as far as all these numbers in front of you right now go. So you can see the number of people who have died in battle.
Civil War.
Civil War, yeah.
Yeah, pretty. And that's all Americans.
That includes both sides, yeah.
Yeah.
This does not include anything after 2017. So there's 3 years of, deaths unaccounted for here. But this just gives us an idea of the number of deaths. And I was looking at just a Navy website yesterday because I wanted to look up our uncle. I believe was his name David Lenderman, who was at Pearl Harbor. Do you recall?
I thought we had an uncle that died in the English Channel.
Okay, that could be. I think we have a relative who was in Pearl Harbor. Okay. And I thought his name was Lenderman. We'll have to ask Joby about that. But anyway.
Well, Dad does have Dad's Monk's uncle. Remember, there was the book about, other things. But Dad did have an uncle that died in he was either in a submarine or in a ship that was sunk by the Nazis in the English Channel. So I don't know if that's.
Got it. I see. So anyway. Yesterday, I looked up Lenderman, and there was one Lenderman that I found there. His name was William Edward, or Edward. I can't remember. I don't think he's a relation to us, but just on the L page, there was hundreds of names just beginning with the letter L. Wow. And then you go to the next page, and that's the page that begins all the names with the letter M. Mm-hmm. And most of them, next to their name, it said determined to be dead. So I think a lot of them were lost at sea, at war, never found, and declared dead.
Right.
So it's real, when you go to and that was just the Navy page. That was no other company in the armed forces. It's just the Navy page. That, the letter L page went on and on and on and on. So, just kind of a wake up as far as why we can be here. Thank you, Myron. I appreciate it. Civil War.
Yeah, hi Barbara Myron. We missed them earlier when they came.
So again, just a reminder why we can sit here and have this conversation, Keith, and why we can have people with guns in their hands going to a state house and having that be a liberty. Try to do those demonstrations in China. See what happens if you do those demonstrations in Russia, right?
And that's the reason why, of course, you can't believe everything China says, but they said they got the virus under control so quickly and all this kind of stuff. Well, they're a communist country, they're not a free. It's like, go inside your house, or maybe you'll get shot, or maybe you'll just disappear. The doctor that was working on the coronavirus, he opened his mouth and now he's dead. So
there are strange disappearances all over that country.
Yep.
And whatever gets out as far as news, we're never sure what the truth is coming out of there. We're never really sure what the truth is here either. But over there, all the media state run, so they kind of filter whatever they want their people to hear. So, all right.
So much as I hate these people, the way they're doing it, that's what we fought for. We fought for our right to speak up and be heard. So.
Yep.
And these people are giving their lives for it. So make sure you think about that during the weekend while you're barbecuing and throwing down a beer every 5 minutes. Distancing, that is, at least 6 feet away from the guy that gave you the beer.
That's right. Yeah. So you have to put it down and then walk away, and then the other person comes and picks it up. Right. All right, Keith. Yes. So let's get back to what is everybody doing this weekend? Probably no parades. Is that true?
I would think so. No, yeah. I don't know how you can do a virtual parade, although the NASCAR did virtual racing. So I don't know, maybe you could do a virtual parade. Everybody could get their little, put their Bain uniforms on, and we get, the Zoom, 25 pictures everybody walks around I don't know. It seems like a lot of work. I am going to work on Memorial Day.
You do continue to be a fountain of good suggestion.
Gibberish, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Gibberish. Yes.
How about cookouts? Anybody doing some cookouts, or going to the beach, or how about visiting grave sites?
Yes.
As a part of an actual Memorial Day activity. So I think probably our girls, and I'm not sure, Keith, might be going to the beach maybe on Tuesday.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. Monday afternoon or Tuesday, I think they're going to.
What is now your in-laws have a house down at the shore. Wildwood is what town is it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ocean City.
Ocean City, and it's a rental property that they rent pretty much all summer long. And you guys usually go down Memorial Day weekend, whole family.
Yep.
Are they going to have rentals, or what's going on with their property this summer?
I think as of right now, they do have, Dot and Dave, I'm speaking of.
Yes,
have some, I think maybe one older group backed out.
Okay.
Canceled their reservation, but I think as of right now, people are still going down.
Okay, good.
Starting in the season.
Right.
So of course they're going to step up, the cleaners always come in and professionally clean between every group anyway, but I guess they'll just be more diligent in making sure that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, good, because they just rebuilt that a couple of years ago. They, like a lot of people, they can't afford to lose their renters this year. So
yeah,
good to hear. So you say the girls may be going down for a day or so during the week.
Yeah. I was going to go down, but I forgot that I have some Zoom chorus Zooms where I actually need to play piano on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning with the kids. And then some year-end stuff that I need to put together. And I think it would probably just be easier if I stayed home, especially since I got to play the piano
Right.
for that. But yeah. So we'll get a little bit of beach in and see how it goes. Hopefully by Tuesday the crowds will be home, so there won't be too many people. And plus with the weather being like it was yesterday, and not so bad out right now. It looked like it stopped raining. Is it raining over there, Keith?
No, it was raining hard overnight a couple of times. Woke me up.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's just kind of yucky out now. So
We got some thunder and lightning. Anybody else get a little thunder this?
a little rumbling overnight. Yes.
Yeah.
Not too loud. Maybe it was all down in media. I heard just a little bit of rumbling over. So what else is going on now, Joel? Linda, are we still frozen up on your end?
Yeah, hopefully we're not, because I didn't see any freezing up over here.
No.
Let's see what comments we got here. So, Mara, good point, Joel. I don't know what to believe, no matter where it originates. Yeah, that is true. Depending on who you watch, and here's my philosophy. It's probably not a popular one, but I don't watch Fox, and I don't watch MSNBC.
Okay.
Because, in my opinion, if you watch Fox, you have to watch MSNBC. If you watch MSNBC, you have to watch Fox, because they are so completely polarized. And really one-sided. I stopped watching both of them years ago. So I try to watch some of a little bit more of the independent. There's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he focuses on China, and it's just him and his, they actually got banned from China. So he just kind of broadcast from his living room at this point. Very interesting, the information you get about China from him.
Huh. Have to look them up. Yeah, I don't. Fox and no, I like CNN. I think is good, but every to each their own. But yeah, Fox is definitely, and it's been documented. They're a bad network. So
the one thing that has always been an issue for me, with Fox and especially MSNBC, is every guest that they have on is somebody who agrees with the person who's doing the interview. There's never any dialogue between viewpoints.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
They bring on people who share their own viewpoint, and it's pointless.
Right.
Years ago, there used to be Hannity and Combs.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember that show, but it was, Hannity and what was his name? Mike Combs. But Combs was liberal, Hannity, of course, conservative.
Yeah.
And I actually enjoyed watching that because there was two differing viewpoints in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that show disappeared years ago, but that was the only one that I thought, wow, they actually have, two different sides here discussing these topics. So you can learn something and get ideas from it. But not anymore. They just bring on people who agree with them, and then they just pile on with
wax poetic about
whatever the issues are.
Right.
So.
There used to be another couple. There was a man and woman. I believe they were, and I can't remember what she looked like, but he almost looked like an alien. He was bald headed, and I don't know who was conservative, but they were, and they had their own show, and they were always at each other's throat, and they were actual couple. And I don't know where they, what network. It might have been CNN, but they haven't been around for a long time.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying. If everybody, oh yeah, we're great. Oh, you were great. Oh, are we great? Oh, great.
Exactly. Yeah. We need Walter Cronkite. If anybody remembers, of course, I remember Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, Walter Cronkite. This is the news. Hey, I think Walter Cronkite actually did our day in history over voiceover.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I didn't know that until just now. Thanks, Myron.
I didn't know Combs passed away. Wow, how long ago was that? That's I didn't think he was. He must have been ill. I'm assuming, because he really wasn't that old. I don't think. Thanks for that information. MSC has Republican senators, governors represented from time to time. Yeah, I agree, Barbara. But still, in general, it's just completely. And with Fox, for me, it's just so one-sided.
What's Rachel Maddow? I like Rachel Maddow a lot.
MSNBC.
I like Rachel when she is on, like Colbert or some of the other things.
One I can't stand.
Well, just hear me out here. She's very intelligent. I like watching her when she's a guest on, Colbert or maybe some of the other shows. But her show, she just gets so crazy and wrapped up in her, and that's hard to watch for me too.
Yeah.
So, they when they're being interviewed on these other shows, they seem to be calm and collected and, but they, in their own environment, they seem to get worked up, and they're not journalists anymore. They're
Right.
And
I will say,
I agree with your point of view, but I understand what you're saying.
I saw a couple years ago, she did it. I'm sure she does these all the time. Matt Al did some sort of documentary, and I was like, oh, that was really informative. And just like you were saying, she was not all wound up. And anyway, I forget what it was, but I agree with you on that point.
Yes.
What other comments we have here?
Cancer. 2017.
Yeah, Shane. Good. Thanks for letting me know about that. I just hadn't heard from him for a long time, and I guess now I know why. So. Okay, Keith.
Yes. What's next, Joel? What's
if
next?
you're getting anything out of this show at all, like just a drop of, like if you did a half a chuckle so far, or if you did a or if you did, man, these guys really are clogging up the airwaves. If made any sort of thought, give us a love the love button, smack the like button, a share, a comment, something like that would just be fantastic.
Yes, NPR.
Yeah.
NPR.
So a picture here, Keith?
Yes. All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And 4, 5, 6. All right. Now let's do a Memorial Day picture, Keith.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right, moving along. As usual, we're getting along in the tooth here. I believe I have customers coming in this morning. So what else is on our agenda, Joel?
All right. So how about we do our trivia?
Yeah. Okay.
And
Am I reading the trivia? Because I didn't get the memo.
Yeah. Sorry. Let me find my screen share here, and I'll get the trivia coming up here.
Hey, Jacqueline. I think she's on. That's funny. People show up on different. Okay.
Right, got it?
Yeah. Can we make that smaller, Joel?
I can make it bigger.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is headquartered in which U.S. city? And I know that because I watch a certain show, and we'll get to that later. The Hershey Company, commonly known as Hershey, was founded in which U.S. state?
I think this is a familiar one.
Yeah, this is kind of like, yes. Who served as first and third president of the Republic of Texas? In 1797, who became the second president of the United States of America? Located in Lake Huron, Mackinac Island is part of which U.S. state? How far are we going here, Joel?
And let's do one more here because I find this one kind of interesting.
Okay. What U.S. state was the last to lift a ban on interracial marriages, not changing the law until 2000? Holy cow! It's got to be Alabama. I just feel Alabama sounds inbred. I'm sorry if anybody's from Alabama, but doesn't it sound like it? It's like, sorry, this is my son. His hand is growing out of his neck. All right.
All right.
You want to read them through real quick, Joel?
Because we went through them kind of quickly, Keith.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number 1, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is headquartered in which U.S. city? Number 2, Hershey Company, commonly known as Hershey, was founded in which U.S. state? Number 3, who served as first and third president of the Republic of Texas? Number 4, in 1797, who became the second president of the United States of America? Number 5, located in Lake Huron, Mackinac Island is part of which U.S. state? And number 6, what U.S. state was the last to lift a ban on interracial marriage, not changing the law until 2000, the year 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, I find that pretty amazing there, Keith.
Yeah.
Shall we get to our jokes and then we'll get back to our trivia?
Yeah, let me just hop in real quick here. James Carville was the guy I was talking about. And I can't believe Myron just said Carville, and I'm pretty sure his name is James Carville. Still around doing podcasts. Myron, what is his wife's name? Carville and anywho. Okay, go back, Joel. I digress. What are we doing here?
We gotta do some jokes.
We got, the problem here, Joel. We have so much, talking about all these other news outlets, and I think we rank up there with a news outlet. We have so much news that we got to cram into a half hour, 40 minutes. That it's, we throw it in wherever we can. We have no sponsors yet. So we pretty much do whatever we want, and we're going to give you as much news and information as we can. Blah, 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 blah. This reminds me of the, what was the cartoons that they were all kids, and then when the parents would come in the room, you would hear all this, wah, 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 and then they'd walk out of the room. I don't know if it was the Peanuts or one of those old.
Charlie Brown or something? Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of pretty much you could put over my voice whenever I'm talking. It's just wah, 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 wah.
And we would get exactly the same information.
Yes, exactly. You'll be all the brighter. Yes. All right. What's up next, Brother Joel?
All right. Let's do a couple jokes. Do you happen to have
All
your
right.
drum set up by any chance?
What's that?
Do you have your drum set up?
Oh, yes, I do. I have them right here.
It has. We have been missing that for some time. All right. We have 3 jokes today, folks. Listen up because you can tell these again a little bit later. All right. What do you get?
Thanks, Simon. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What do you get when you cross a comedian with crochet?
What?
A nitwit.
Oh, good. Well, that's up there, Joel.
Okay. Why couldn't the bodybuilder cross the road?
Why?
The traffic was too heavy. All right, one more. What happened when the dry cleaner was mugged?
What?
He pressed charges.
Very good, Joel.
Jokepedia, folks. Jokepedia. Nice. All right, let's go through a couple of these, and we'll get to our. I'm seeing some Charlie Brown here, Keith. I think
yes, we got a couple. So I guess that's what that was. I could just picture, Charlie Brown's teacher.
And Byron's saying Mary Madeline.
Oh, right. What is it, Mary? Where is it? I can't see his.
Is it Madeline?
I think Madeline. Madeline or yes. Yep, you got it. Yep.
Charlie
Very good,
Brown
Myron.
Teacher. Right. Okay. Thanks,
Myron and Barbara. We got. You're gonna have to step up our game here. All right.
You forgot the number of answers. Okay, so let's go back to our trivia. And
let's see how far back we go here. All right. And you want to read them off, and I'll see who's got who.
Yeah. All right. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is headquartered in which U.S. city?
We got Sophie and Themis, Atlanta, and I think that's the answer. Let's, yep, and Jim's got.
Here we go.
Sorry, what's that?
Atlanta.
Yeah, good, very good. And I knew that because I think I brought this up the last time we asked this question, but it was a few months
ago.
Yeah, it was on The Walking Dead. That was one of their first seasons. They went into the CDC, and it was all. It's like, and yeah, it turns out it was right.
Cool.
All right.
The Hershey Company. This is number 2. The Hershey Company, commonly known as Hershey, was founded in which U.S. state?
Okay, we got a bunch of Rich, Myron, I think Sophia. Pennsylvania, we got a whole bunch of people.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, very good. Very good.
Yeah, good job, guys. All right, next one. Who served as the first and third president of the Republic of Texas? This is number 3.
Now, if you're right, Sophia, I'm going to call shenanigans because we got I think that's what you're saying. John Adams. John Adams, is that right?
Sam Houston.
Okay. Houston to okay. Was it number 4?
Yeah, that's another one that was a recent one too. We're doing all American kind of history.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. In 1797, who became the second president of the United States of America? And what do you have for that, Keith?
What number are we on? That might have been Adams.
I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah, either that or Charlie Brown.
John Adams. It was either.
Hey, all right. Now again, I'm calling shenanigans again because Sophia is she's very connected to that family, so she had a what do you call that? Anyway, all right. The next one, go ahead.
Better information. Located in Lake Huron, Mackinac Island is part of which U.S. state? Do we get any response for this one?
I thought I saw a Michigan. Let's see. Sophia says Michigan. Wow. And Brad, yep. Yes, let's do Michigan. Yeah, very good. Okay, good.
Nice. All right.
Everybody's had their coffee today.
Was the last to lift a ban on interracial marriage, not changing the law until the year 2000.
Well, I said, what did I say? Alabama. We got Brad and Myron saying Mississippi. So let's and then Themis says Mississippi as well. Let's see.
Here we go. Alabama.
Oh, and Jaggy said it's insane, which is, yes, it is insane.
Keith, you were right on with that.
Wow, Alabama.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, we like things the way they ever were down here. You know, you got to get your groceries at the corner. You can't intermingle with other people that don't look like yourself. Actually, Alabama is one of my favorite bands from the 80s. Bands, I call that loosely, is one of those country bands that they get 2 or 3 people that know how to harmonize. They threw them in the studio with incredibly talented musicians that they've used on every other album that's come out of Nashville that year. And they call them a band, but Alabama, and then other people write the stuff. And boy, can I get off on a tangent. Anyway, they're very good. If you're going to play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band. That lead guitar is hot, but not for a Louisiana man. So if anybody can explain exactly what that line means, I will buy you a beer whenever this comes out of, because that's worse than blinded by the light, wrapped up like a deuce or whatever. You know, it's like, you know, when I was a kid learning how to play the drums, I wanted to write songs, and I didn't realize that you could just put words together. It didn't have to mean anything. You put a bunch of words together, put some tunes to it, and there you are. I need another cup of coffee, Joe. What is going on? All right, let's get back to what's going on, huh? We got to get out of here.
Are you done?
Well, for now. For now. I got more coming up next week. Promise.
Love it, brother. Love it. Well, I think, Keith, you pretty much talked us right off of the time.
Right off the proverbial cliff. Well, I got to tell you, you know, had a good show today. Now, you said something about possibly the girls being on next week. What is that all about?
Oh, yeah, my students from school.
Oh. I thought you meant the girls as in like your daughters, Sophia and Caroline.
We're going to wait another year for that to happen.
Wonderful human beings. They, along with their mother, have never seen the show. So let's get a petition together. Let's
never even cross paths.
What's that?
Never even crossed paths with this show.
No. Funny, it's a good sized house you got there, but it's not a stadium. You would think, flipping through channels or whatever, or, walking by the studio there, Joel, they'd say, "Hey, what's Pop doing?"
It's called anti-social distancing.
Yes, that is.
That's the word we were familiar with around here.
But maybe we'll get them on, because a couple weeks ago, or I guess it was a while ago, they did that recital over at Swarthmore College, and I was blown away. So maybe we can get them to do a little bit of that at some
Little
point.
little guitar performance.
Yeah. Yes, that was.
Yeah, that was back in February, wasn't it?
God, was it that long ago already?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before everything started. So
That was back when we could actually gather as people.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so hopefully next week, if not next week, Keith, maybe the following week, we have a third grader and a fifth grader at school who won the auction to be on Smack and Jack Live. And right. It just kind of started making contact with Mom about that.
Okay.
And all this happened, so we kind of got put on the back burner as far as that goes. But I'll need to get in touch with them. I do want to do it over the next couple weeks so that we can get them in and
that'd be great.
fun. I think that'll be a great show.
Yeah, just like Father Ernie, we can have him in for a few minutes and tell a couple of jokes, and
Exactly.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it, Keith.
Yeah, yep. We're just about at 45 minutes here. So thanks very much, guys, for stopping by. Really great to chat with you every week, and thanks for stopping by every week. Debbie, hey, how are you?
Are we looking for a show next week?
Yes.
Yes.
What's that?
A show next week, right?
Yes, definitely show next week, same time, same channel, and I hope you have a great Memorial Day. And remember to think about the people who have made it possible for us to have our country, and all the nurses and doctors right now. It's in a crazy time.
Yeah,
we are Americans. We will get through it. So, love you all. Have a great weekend. We'll see you all again next week. And remember, you deserve a thought of your own.
So be in touch to learn, laugh, and live. We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye-bye.